Ketogenic diets may offer benefits such as weight loss, improved blood sugar control for type 2 diabetes. Also, better heart health markers, like lower triglycerides and improved HDL, and potential improvements for neurological conditions like epilepsy. Low-carbohydrate and ketogenic diets have become extremely popular for weight loss. But while these diets can help you lose weight quickly, they come with many serious problems that most people don't know about. Let me tell you about 11 major issues that can happen when you follow these restrictive eating plans. The last one is particularly shocking. Do not miss that. Number 1. The first problem is called keto flu. This happens when your body starts using fat for energy instead of carbohydrates. Your body normally runs on glucose from carbs, so when you suddenly cut carbs to less than 50 grams per day, your body gets confused. I have gone through that once, and once I added a bit more carbohydrates to my diet, it disappeared. Research shows that keto flu works like withdrawal from carbohydrates. The symptoms include headaches, fatigue, nausea, dizziness, muscle cramps, irritability, brain fog, and trouble sleeping. About 90% of people who start keto experience these symptoms within the first few days or weeks. But here's what's really concerning. For most people, keto flu lasts about 1 week. But in extreme cases, it can last up to a full month. Some people never experience keto flu because they are naturally metabolically flexible, but this only happens in a small percentage of people. Now I am on a plant-based keto. Probably it is not really keto, but I can control my blood sugar well at a low cost. That is what I need. Number 2. The second major problem is constipation. This happens to many people on low-carb diets because they eat less fiber from fruits, vegetables, and grains. When you remove most plant foods from your diet, your digestive system struggles. Dehydration makes constipation worse. On keto, your body flushes out water and electrolytes quickly, which can leave you dehydrated. Research shows that staying hydrated and getting enough fiber are the most important ways to prevent constipation on these diets. Many people need to take magnesium supplements to help with constipation on keto. But this shows how unnatural this way of eating is for your body. I avoid that by eating soybean, cowpea, lentils, and other beans as the main ingredient of meal. They have less than 30 grams of carbohydrate by dry weight. Number 3. The third problem is bad breath that smells fruity or like acetone nail polish remover. This happens because your liver produces ketones when it breaks down fat for energy. These ketones get into your saliva and create a very distinct smell. People describe keto breath as smelling like ammonia, acetone, or having a sweet, fruity odor. Unlike regular bad breath, you can't fix this with brushing or mouthwash because the smell comes from chemicals in your blood. Wait, there is more, but do not forget to hit the like button if you think this video is useful. Research shows that keto breath usually improves after a few weeks when your body gets better at using ketones. But for some people, this embarrassing side effect continues as long as they stay on the diet. Number 4. The fourth serious problem is nutrient deficiencies. Research shows that keto diets often lack vitamin B1, vitamin B6, vitamin B7, vitamin B12, calcium, iron, magnesium, and phosphorus. A comprehensive research study found that people would need to eat over 3,400 calories per day to get 100% of all essential nutrients on restrictive diets like keto. This defeats the purpose of dieting for weight loss. Studies of people following low-carb diets for 6 months showed decreases of about 30% in water-soluble vitamins, like vitamin B1 and folate. Among participants, deficient intakes were found in calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, thiamine, and folate. These nutrients are critical for energy production, bone health, and proper organ function. When you don't get enough, your health suffers in many ways. Number 5. The fifth problem is dangerous electrolyte imbalances. When you cut carbs, your insulin levels drop, and your kidneys start flushing out sodium, potassium, and magnesium. Research shows that people on keto need between 3,000 to 7,000 milligrams of sodium per day, compared to the normal recommendation of about 2,300 milligrams. They also need 3,000 to 4,700 milligrams of potassium and 300 to 500 milligrams of magnesium daily. Signs of electrolyte deficiency include fatigue, weakness, headaches, muscle cramps, muscle twitching, and heart palpitations. These symptoms can be serious and sometimes require medical attention. Number 6. The sixth major problem is kidney stones and kidney damage. Research shows that people on ketogenic diets develop kidney stones at a rate of 5.9%, which is much higher than the general population rate of 0.25 to 0.3% per year. Adults, the kidney stone rate jumps to 8% on keto diets. This means adults on keto are about 7 to 8 times more likely to develop kidney stones than people eating normal diets. The most common stones in keto dieters are uric acid stones, making up 50% of all stones. Calcium-based stones make up 36%. These form because keto makes your blood and urine more acidic and reduces citrate levels that normally prevent stones. People with existing kidney disease should never try keto because the high acid load can worsen their condition and speed up kidney damage. Number 7. The seventh problem is increased risk of heart disease and death. A large research study found that people on low-carb, high-fat diets had more than double the risk of major cardiovascular events. The research followed people for nearly 12 years and found that 9.8% of low-carb dieters experienced heart attacks, strokes, or needed heart procedures, compared to only 4.3% of people on standard diets. This means low-carb diets doubled the risk of serious heart problems. But the research on mortality is mixed. One recent large study found that keto diets reduced overall mortality by 24%, while not increasing heart disease deaths. However, another major research study found that people eating the lowest amount of carbohydrates were 51% more likely to die from heart disease and 50% more likely to die from stroke. The conflicting results show that we still don't fully understand the long-term effects of these diets on heart health and survival. Number 8. The eighth problem is stress on your organs, especially your liver. Research shows that ketogenic diets can cause elevated liver enzymes, which is a sign that your liver is working too hard. Some people develop fatty liver disease from keto diets. One documented case showed a 57-year-old woman who developed severely elevated cholesterol and liver enzymes after just 4 months on keto. Her liver showed signs of fat accumulation that looked like non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. The high saturated fat content of keto diets forces your liver to work much harder to process all the fat. For people with existing liver problems, this extra stress can be dangerous. Your kidneys also work harder on keto because they have to filter out more acid and waste products from burning mainly animal fat and protein. This extra workload can damage your kidneys over time. Number 9. The ninth problem is that keto can make existing health conditions worse. People with kidney disease can develop more severe metabolic acidosis, which speeds up kidney damage. People with diabetes who take certain medications called SGLT2 inhibitors can develop a life-threatening condition called ketoacidosis when combined with keto diets. This causes dangerous changes in blood pH that require emergency medical treatment. The diet also worsens metabolic acidosis, which can cause bone disease, muscle wasting, and other serious complications. Research shows that people with chronic kidney disease should avoid keto because the high acid load makes their condition worse and can lead to faster decline in kidney function. Number 10. The 10th problem is that restrictive diets like keto can trigger disordered eating patterns. Research involving 682 university students found that people following low-carb diets had significantly higher levels of binge eating, food cravings, and unhealthy thoughts about food. The research showed that 27% of students reported following low-carb diets in the past 3 months. Of these, 31% combined it with intermittent fasting. The people who combined low-carb eating with fasting had even worse eating behaviors, including more binge episodes and stronger food cravings. The restrictive nature of these diets creates a mental focus on forbidden foods. This can lead to cycles of restriction, followed by overeating, which are warning signs of eating disorders. Young women seem especially vulnerable to developing these problems. Number 11. The 11th and final problem is increased cancer risk. New research published in 2025 found that ketogenic diets are associated with higher risk for all types of cancer. The large research study analyzed data from over 43,000 people and found that those with the highest ketogenic diet scores had a 29% increased risk of developing any type of cancer compared to those with the lowest scores. The researchers found a significant relationship where higher ketogenic diet ratios meant higher cancer risk. One shocking thing I discovered over the years is the death of Dr. Sarah Hallberg was the medical director and principal investigator for Virta's landmark clinical trial on diabetes reversal. In 2022, Sarah tragically passed away from lung cancer, despite having never smoked. She was promoting keto diets on most of her YouTube videos. But the cancer research is complicated. Some research suggests that keto might help slow tumor growth by starving cancer cells of glucose. However, other research found that keto might increase the risk of cancer spreading to other parts of the body. A concerning study on mice with breast cancer showed that those fed ketogenic diets had significantly more lung metastases compared to mice on control diets, even though their primary tumors were smaller. Please click the like button and subscribe if you think this video is useful. On the screen you see an essential video for you. Thanks very much for watching this video. References are in the comments section. See you in the next video.